Oke, selamat malam teman-teman semua. Selamat bergabung kembali bersama kita Komunitas Chan Indonesia dalam berlatih meditasi bersama malam ini. Seperti biasanya kita akan memulai sesi latihan kita dengan melakukan gerak berkesadaran untuk merilekskan tubuh dan pikiran. Setelah itu kita akan memasuki sesi meditasi bersama dan kemudian akan ditutupi dengan body massage berkesadaran. Kemudian setelah itu kita baru akan sama-sama mengundang guru kita, Koyun Sefu dari Dharma Mountain Retreat Center USA. Eh, nah, langsung saja kita akan memulai meditasi gerak bersama. Namo Buddhaya. Saya kita berdiri tegak dengan kedua tangan di depan dada dan kita rentangkan tangannya ke bawah di samping tubuh, kaki dibuka selebar bahu. Kemudian kita akan mengayunkan tubuh ke kiri dan ke kanan. Tangannya lemas, biarkan kekuatan ayunan tubuh yang menggerakkan tangan kita ke kiri dan ke kanan. Di saat kita melakukan gerakan ini, kesadaran kita perhatian kita letakkan pada tubuh kita. Sadar dan tahu tubuh kita sedang bergerak ke kiri dan ke kanan. Biarkan tangan mengalir sambil memukul pundak bahu belakang kita dan tangan yang satu lagi memukul tubuh bagian pinggang belakang. Kita nikmati sensasi relaksasi di saat kita melakukan gerakan ini. Dan nikmati dan sadari gerakan tubuh kita. Jika ada pikiran mengembara, sekedar mengetahuinya, kita pada kembalikan perhatian kita pada tubuh. Perlahan kita perlambat gerakan kita tutup kedua kaki dan bersikap anjali. Kita rasakan sejenak sensasi tubuh yang ada setelah kita melakukan gerakan ini. Rasakan perbedaannya dan nikmati sensasi relaksasi yang ada. Selanjutnya, kita buka kaki selebar bahu, letakkan kedua tangan di depan belakang pinggang, jari jempol menghadap ke depan. Kita gerakkan pinggang kita ke kiri. Kita perlahan dengan sangat perlahan putar ke depan. Dengan perlahan kita gerakkan ke kanan. Membentuk lingkaran. Di saat kita melakukan putaran ini, pastikan kepala tetap tegak. Hanya bagian pinggang saja yang bergerak. Lakukan dengan perlahan dan penuh kesadaran. Kita tahu pinggang kita yang sedang bergerak, dan kita sadari setiap otot-otot yang terstretching di saat kita di setiap gerakan, perpindahan gerakan. Rasakan otot-otot secara berpindah-pindah ataupun secara bergiliran terstretching di saat kita memutar pinggang kita dengan membentuk lingkaran. Lakukan dengan penuh kesadaran. Di mana tubuh kita berada, disitulah perhatian kita berada. Tahu dengan jelas tubuh kita dirilekskan dan rilekskan seluruh tubuh kita. Setelah posisinya di tengah, kita balas putaran gerakannya berlawanan arah jarum jam. Sadari dan letakkan perhatian pada gerakan tubuh dan rasakan setiap pergerakan otot-otot di saat kita melakukan gerakan perputaran ini. Di mana tubuh berada, disitulah perhatian kita letakkan. Tahu dengan jelas sensasi relaksasi dan rilekskan seluruh tubuh. Perputaran terakhir, gerakan kedua selesai. Kita tutup kembali telapak kakinya dan bersikapan jali. Selanjutnya, kita lakukan gerakan mengayun tangan. Kita buka kembali kedua kaki selebar bahu. Letakkan tangan di samping tubuh. Kita ayunkan tangan ke depan dan ke belakang. Posisi tangan tidak melewati bahu. Kita ayunkan kedua tangan ke belakang. Nikmati relaksasi, sensasi relaksasi di saat kita melakukan gerakan ini. Di mana tubuh berada, disitulah perhatian kita letakkan. Sadar dengan penuh sensasi relaksasi dan rilekskan seluruh tubuh. Sadar akan gerakan tangan yang sedang mengayun. Tahu dengan jelas di saat yang bersamaan kita menikmati sensasi relaksasi yang ada. Tahu dengan jelas tangan yang sedang mengayun ke depan dan ke belakang. Tahu dengan jelas kaki yang sedang mengayun naik dan turun. Dan tahu dan jelas adanya sensasi relaksasi pada bagian punggung belakang dan bahu. Perlahan kita perlambat gerakan dan selesai. Kita tutup kembali kedua kaki dan sikap anjali. Kita nikmati sejenak perubahan sensasi yang dapat kita rasakan sesudah melakukan gerakan berkesadaran ini. Tahu dengan jelas perubahan pada otot-otot tubuh kita maupun sensasi-sensasi yang ada setelah kita melakukan gerakan berkesadaran ini. Form of meditation selesai, kita akan memasuki sesi selanjutnya, yaitu kita akan memasuki sitting bersama. Saya akan adjust komputer saya dulu. Saya persilahkan teman-teman untuk duduk meditasi. Gunakan kain ataupun handuk untuk menutup tubuh bagian bawah. Kita akan melakukan pra-meditation exercise dengan menggerakkan kepala, memutarkan kepala searah jarum jam. Kita memutar kepala dengan penuh kesadaran, tahu dengan jelas kepalanya berputar, bergerak di saat kita memutar kepala kita. Setelah kita 3 putaran, kita balas berlawanan arah jarum jam. Tahu dengan jelas otot yang bekerja berpindah-pindah sesuai dengan perpindahan posisi kepala kita. Adanya sensasi relaksasi di saat kita melakukan stretching kepala ini, lakukan dengan sangat perlahan. Nikmati sensasi relaksasi yang ada. Keputaran selesai, selanjutnya kita bentuk kedua tangan dengan bentuk segitiga terbalik dan letakkan di atas perut, di mana bagian tengah segitiga adalah posisi pusar kita. Tarik nafas, buang nafas. Tarik nafas, buang nafas. Tarik nafas, buang nafas. Tarik nafas, buang nafas. Selanjutnya kita persiapkan posisi kaki. Boleh no lotus, yaitu kedua telapak kaki di bawah. Boleh juga half lotus, salah satu kaki di atas paha kita. Pastikan Anda menggunakan posisi kaki yang paling nyaman untuk duduk meditasi setengah jam lebih ke depan. Tangan aktif, tangan kanan kita di depan, dan tangan non-aktif, tangan kiri ada di dekat tubuh kita. Dengan sangat ringan kita gabungkan kedua jempol tanpa tekanan, hanya ringan, seperti kita memeluk sebuah pohon besar. Kemudian kita letakkan tangan kita di atas kaki dengan mudra masih membentuk lingkaran. Posisi mata 45 derajat turun ke bawah. Dan letakkan lidah di atas langit-langit di belakang gigi atas. Dagu disimpan sedikit, bukan menunduk ke bawah, tapi dalam dimasukkan. Kita akan melakukan relaxation body scanning. Letakkan perhatian kita pada ubun-ubun kepala kita. Rilekskan. Letakkan perhatian pada kening. Rileks. Letakkan perhatian pada kedua bola mata. Rileks. Letakkan perhatian pada wajah. Rileks. Jangan lupa untuk tersenyum pada diri kita tersendiri yang telah menyempatkan waktu untuk melatih diri di malam ini. Tersenyumlah, karena senyuman juga dapat membantu merilekskan tubuh dan pikiran. Sekarang letakkan perhatian pada bagian leher. Rilekskan otot-otot bagian leher yang tegang. Letakkan perhatian pada kedua bahu. Rilekskan dengan atas. Rileks dengan bawah. Telapak tangan dan jari-jari tangan. Letakkan perhatian pada dada bagian depan. Sadari nafas yang masuk dan keluar. Dan sadar dada yang bergerak kembang dan kempis di saat kita bernafas. Sekarang pindahkan perhatian pada bagian perut. Sadari gerakan perut di saat kita bernafas. Dan rilekskan otot sekitar perut. Letakkan perhatian pada punggung bagian belakang atas. Rilekskan. Pindahkan perhatian pada bagian pinggang belakang. Rilekskan. Pastikan posisi tubuh kita tegak. Letakkan perhatian pada bagian bokong kita yang sedang duduk di atas bantalan meditasi. Rasakan beban tubuh kita yang sedang duduk kokoh di atas pandangan meditasi. Kita pindahkan perhatian pada paha bagian atas. Rilekskan kaki kita secara keseluruhan. Betis, telapak kaki hingga jari-jari kaki. Sekarang kita letakkan perhatian kembali pada kepala bagian ubun-ubun kita. Kening, mata, rilekskan wajah, rileks. Tersenyumlah. Jangan lupa untuk tersenyum. Bagian leher, rilekskan. Leher bagian belakang, punggung belakang, pinggang, dan rilekskan otot sekitar pinggang Anda. Dada yang kembang dan kempis di saat kita bernafas. Perut, rilekskan tubuh kita bagian atas secara keseluruhan. Rasakan bokong kita, paha atas, betis, telapak kaki, hingga jari-jari kaki. Sadar dan tahu dengan jelas tubuh kita duduk kokoh saat ini di ruangan ini, di atas bantalan meditasi. Rilekskan tubuh dan pikiran. Rasakan kepala, kening, bola mata, wajah. Tersenyumlah. Leher, bahu, punggung bagian belakang, pinggang, dada bagian depan, perut, bokong, paha, betis, telapak kaki, hingga jari-jari kaki. Tahu dengan jelas. Nafas masuk, nafas keluar. Nafas masuk, nafas keluar melalui lubang hidung kita. Letakkan perhatian pada lubang hidung kita. Nafas masuk, nafas keluar kita hitung 1, masuk, keluar 2, masuk, keluar 3, masuk, keluar 4, masuk, keluar 5, masuk, keluar 6, masuk, keluar 7, masuk, keluar 8, masuk, keluar 9, masuk, keluar 10. Setelah 10 hitungan, kita ulangi hitungan angka dari angka 1 kembali. 1 hingga 10, kemudian kita ulangi lagi 1 hingga 10. Kita lakukan hitungan nafas sampai akhir dari sesi meditasi. Meditasi mandiri dimulai. Kami. Kita beritahu pada diri sendiri bahwa kita telah akan keluar dari sesi meditasi duduk kita. Perlahan gerakkan jari-jari tangan, goyangkan tubuh ke kiri dan ke kanan, ke depan dan ke belakang. Letakkan kedua tangan di depan dada, perlahan melihat pandangan tertuju pada jari telunjuk dan perluas pandangan ke depan. Kita letakkan kedua tangan di depan lutut. Kita putar tubuh ke atas kita sebanyak 3 putaran. Dan kita balas putaran berlawanan arah jarum jam. Lipat. Kita akan melakukan body massage. Tempelkan tangan pada kedua mata. Dan kita hangatkan buku jempol dan massage otot sekitar bola mata kita. Hangatkan kedua tangan, kita hangatkan wajah seperti membasuh wajah. Hangatkan daun telinga kita. Kita tempelkan telapak tangan di atas dahi depan dan belakang. Berikan sedikit tekanan dan kita massage kepala kita. Kita hangatkan lagi tangan kita. Massage kepala kita dari depan hingga belakang. Dan kita massage leher bagian belakang. Hangatkan tangan lagi, kita massage pundak kiri, lengan, dan telapak tangan. Hangatkan lagi, kita massage pundak kanan, dengan atas, dengan bawah, telapak tangan, dan jari-jari tangan. Hangatkan kembali, kita letakkan di depan dada, dan massage dada kiri atas, dan kita balas ke dada kanan, dan massage. Dan kita tempelkan di atas perut kita, gerakkan ke kiri, bawah, kanan, atas. Kiri, bawah, kanan, atas. Berhubung waktunya sudah kita massage punggung belakang. Kita massage kaki dari paha hingga ke betis. Di samping tulang kering ada seperti parit. Kita massage bagian otot di samping tulang kering. Kita massage paha bagian kanan. Mengingatkan sendi. Dan kita di samping tulang kering ini ada otot lunak, kita massage. Kita luruskan kedua kaki kita, buka selebar bahu, putar lingkaran ke dalam dan keluar. Kemudian kita tutup, kita putar searah jarum jam, kita balas lawan arah jarum jam. Kita flex, point, flex, point, flex, dan point. Sesi meditasi duduk kita telah selesai. Selanjutnya kita memasuki sesi Dharma teaching yang akan diberikan oleh guru kita, Shifu. Saya persiapkan dulu posisi laptop saya. Saya persilahkan teman-teman semua untuk membuka videonya. Good evening, everybody. Now we have reached the session of Dharma teaching by Shifu from Dharma Mountain Retreat Center, USA. Now we have reached. Now I invite every one of us to please turn on the video. Let's invite Shifu together to give us precious Dharma teaching. Let's join our palm together and bow. Thank you. Omitofo, Goyen Sifu.
Omitofo. Good day, everyone. So we continue on talking about the Platform Sutra. Now on the chapter of doubts. Today's date is September 25th, 2024. Last time we talked about, at the end, we talked about the practice that says this is something that everyone should understand and practice. Over time, the more you practice, the better and deeper your practice will become, leading to greater fulfillment. As a result, the afflictions in your mind will gradually decrease and your wisdom will increase. Whether or not you achieve enlightenment is not the most important thing. What matters is that as your own afflictions decrease, you will also bring happiness and reduce the afflictions of those around you. So this is at the end of the talk on September 19, 2024. So now we'll continue on about the Platform Sutra. So the Platform Sutra says, establishing all dharmas through self-nature, its merit, and a mind free from thoughts is virtue. Now, first of all, is establishing all dharmas to self-nature, and then the other one is a mind free from thoughts. So, what is self-nature? And what is the essence of the mind? And what does establishing mean? Also, what does being free from thoughts? What does it mean? And what inspiration can this provide for our daily life? So talking about this establishing all dharmas and the self-nature and the essence of the mind. And let's see. So the essence of mind refers to a state free from attachment and discrimination. It is a pure mind, also known as a wise mind. Since it is the essence, it is the fundamental nature, which has two functions. One is the production of afflictions, where the mind creates troubles. And the other is the mind's wisdom, which is also the function of the mind. These functions, these two, arise from the essence, which is the foundations. Well, let's give an example or an analogy. We use an electric lamp as an analogy. When there is no electricity, the lamp has no function. When there is electricity, it emits light, right? However, if the electrical power is weak, the lamp's light will be dim. If the power is strong, the light will be bright. This illustrates the function of a light bulb or lamp. So, if the mind is in a state of affliction, it is like a lamp that is on, but placed inside a closed room, where its light cannot be seen from outside. If the lamp were outside, its light would be visible everywhere. So, what is the essence of the mind? The essence of the mind is our fundamental nature, which can produce both afflictions and wisdom. However, wisdom and afflictions are merely functions of the mind, not the essence itself. from the mind's function, we can understand the existence of the mind's essence. What about self-nature? Self-nature is the inherent and unchanging nature that is the same for everyone. We see that each person has their own unique personality, and each person's personality is different, right? Moreover, an individual's personality can change due to environmental influences, aging, or educational training, which can make their personality better or worse. For example, we often hear people say that someone's temperament, whether good or bad, is innate. They claim that this person was born with a bad temper, was bad as a child, and remains bad even as an adult, not changing until death. Now, there's a saying of a mountain may change, but a person's nature is hard to alter. It refers to the basic aspects of their character. It's very hard to change. Or there's a common saying of a leopard can change its spot. It implying that this person's deep-seated flaws are terrifying and unchangeable. But is this really the case? Well, not necessarily. This is incorrect. Such statements are too pessimistic. A child who is bad does not necessarily stay bad forever. Now, well, we have an example of we see children, any child, and from the time of the mother's pregnancy until the child turned, to the young age, this child is constantly changing. And then you also heard the saying that a girl goes through 18 transformations as she grows up. It is not that a girl changes 18 times after becoming an adult, but rather that she changes from an ugly duckling into a swan, just like all of us. This is why Confucius said a sage has no constant teacher. Well, actually, it comes from here, this saying of an ordinary person has no constant nature. Now, this nature here referring to character. Or I could say, an ordinary person has no constant character. And a sage has no constant teacher. So a sage does not stick to one teacher forever, nor is it fixed. As the saying goes, when the three people walk together, one can be my teacher. Have you heard about the saying? It's very much Chinese. This means one should learn from everyone, travel widely, read extensively, and treat every experience as a teacher. The goal is to transform oneself. Therefore, there's a saying in Buddhism, a common person or an ordinary person has no constant nature. Now, again, remember this nature referring to character. It is not correct to define someone's entire life with one statement, such as a person's character is hard to change. Everyone has the potential to change. Since personality can change, education and religious faith are truly effective. Otherwise, if a person remains the same before and after embracing religion or studying Buddhism, then an ordinary person would never become a Bodhisattva or Buddha. So we just mentioned earlier that defining a person's nature as unchangeable is wrong. Instead, we should acknowledge the possibility of change. To say that a person's character is hard to change is to deny that person's entire life. Suggesting that no matter how much effort they put in is useless because the character is unchangeable. But an ordinary person's mind can indeed change. And it is this possibility that gives us hope and a future. When someone is going through a difficult phase in their life, we should give them hope, saying, you will get better in the future. Your current bad state does not define you. Just like the weather, which sometimes brings rain and wind, it won't always be stormy. After some time, things will gradually improve. Another example was given by our teacher, Shigong Master Sengyan. He said that when he was studying in Japan, he met a young international student who was introduced to Shigong by a lay person. Upon meeting me, referring to Shigong, he immediately said, Master, may I ask you something? After I introduce myself, will you be afraid of me? So Shigong responded, why would I be afraid of you? He said, because I'm a gangster. Shigong said, you don't look like a gangster. He said, not now. Then Shigong said, then you are not a gangster. Interesting with the dialogue. He explained, I used to be one. In the past, I killed people, stole, and robbed. I wasn't even 15 years old at that time. So my parents smuggled me to Hong Kong and left me there, as if they had abandoned me on a deserted island, leaving me to fend for myself, or to say, to run its course. My parents held positions of some importance in the government, but I was often caught by the police and even spent time in prison. Though I wasn't executed, I was released. And my parents, feeling deeply ashamed, were constantly troubled by my behaviors. So his parents bribed Abbot to smuggle him to Hong Kong. And from then on, they no longer cared about him, telling him to survive or cherish on his own. He lived in Hong Kong for 5 years, initially continuing his gangster lifestyle, stealing and robbing, because he had no other options. However, he gradually began to wonder if he would spend his entire life like this. One day, he went to a temple in Castle Peak and suddenly felt that while people in the world were so hateful, the Buddha was so compassionate. He found the Buddha's gaze to be filled with such kindness that it deeply moved him. As a result, he said, there are no good people in the world. Only the Buddha is a good person. I won't learn from anyone else. I will learn from the Buddha. As with this thought, he went to the temple to study the Buddhist scriptures. By then, he was in his 20s. Later, he took refuge in the Three Jewels. But because he was undocumented in Hong Kong, his parents smuggled him to Japan. Well, he couldn't return to Taiwan because of his notorious reputation. So they sent him to Japan. In Japan, he studied diligently. By the time Shigong met him, he was about to graduate from Waseda University. He had completely turned his life around, and now was a very good person. And then Shigong asked him, why did you become a gangster? He said, there was no other reason. My parents didn't care about me, and no one else did either. I felt I was physically strong and smart. So I became a gang leader. To be a leader, I needed money, but my parents didn't give me any. So I stole and robbed. When I played with other kids, we did all kinds of things, referring to bad things. And he continued saying, looking back, that period was really absurd. Now I repent every day. Is this what they call an unchangeable character? So from being a bandit and a gangster, he completely transformed into a reformed man, illustrating that an ordinary person's nature is not fixed and can change. Shigong also gives another example. In the United States, he had a disciple who, at 16, decided he no longer wanted to study. He argued with his parents and brothers, declaring that he wanted to become a drifter and didn't want to stay at home or continue his education. His mother brought him to Shigong, saying, "This child is a lost cause. He's beyond saving. I want to sever my relationship with him." So Shigong told his parents, "Don't worry. Let me talk to him." After speaking with the boy, I fully affirmed him, referring to Shigong, saying that at your age, it's normal to be dissatisfied with your parents and society, and to feel like you don't want to study. You are very smart, and there's nothing wrong with you. If you don't want to study now, that's fine. Take some time to rest and see how wonderful the world is. Then decide what you want to do next. Your future is very bright, and you have a kind heart. There's no problem at all. Hearing this, the boy said, "No one in the world understands me, but Master, you understand me." Then Shigong replied, "Yes, at your age, you feel like you are already an adult, that you know a lot. You are an advanced child, and your psychological age is actually over 20. You are like an adult. You have the ambitions and views of an adult, but your parents still see you as a child, which makes you feel unjustly treated. Isn't that right?" He said, "Yes. I smoke because I feel grown up." And then Shigong said, "That's normal, not abnormal. You can smoke cigarettes, but don't smoke marijuana. It will harm your body. And he said, yes, I tried it before, but it didn't feel good, so I won't do it again. And then Sikong said, your parents probably think you're always smoking. Da, da, da. And he replied, exactly, I wasn't planning to smoke drugs, to take drugs, referring to marijuana. But when I smoked cigarettes, my parents kept accusing me of smoking marijuana. So I thought, fine, I will do it just to show them. I hadn't even thought of doing it until they brought it up. And then he said, Master, after talking to you, I won't smoke it again. Then Sikong assured him, your mindset is completely normal. There's nothing wrong. I will speak to your parents and let them know you're fine. And afterward, Sikong called his parents in and said, I want to congratulate you. You have a wonderful child. And you will be fortunate because of him. And the parent replied, how strange. This child is so bad. It's beyond recovery. How can you say we will be fortunate? And Sikong said, well, wait 5 years before passing judgment. Don't rush. If he doesn't want to study now, let him be. Let him take a break and do what he wants. If he wants to go out, let him go. It's fine. Don't worry while you're in America. So his parents were at their wits' end and could only follow Sikong's advice. 2 years passed, and during that time, his parents would occasionally visit Sikong, saying, our child hasn't gotten any better. So Sikong tell them, it hasn't been 5 years yet. Don't rush. After 3 years, his mother brought him to see Sikong, and he wanted to formally become Sikong's disciple. They were very happy. And I asked why. And Sikong asked why. And they said, he now wants to go to college and is eager to study. Even though he hadn't finished high school, he was now able to go to college. They said, this is truly unbelievable. In America, it was possible. This child later attended a very good university and is now nearly 40 years old. Well, it's referring to afterward. He had 4 law firms in the States and is so busy with work that he can hardly keep up. Every time his mother came to see Sikong, she said, Master, thank you. You saved my child. And Shigong's reply was that, I didn't save him. That's just how he is. So as the saying goes, a girl changes 18 times as she grows. And of course, boys also change as they mature, right? So we also mentioned earlier that an ordinary person's nature is not fixed. We should judge someone based on one's mistake or a single word that is wrongly said, condemning them forever and believing they can never change. Thinking this way is unkind, un-Buddhist, and unwise. Now we talk about the self-nature can generate all dharmas. When we talk about self-nature, it is not referring to our ordinary worldly nature. Rather, it refers to something unchanging and eternal, which is the same in everyone. That is our Buddha nature. Every person has the potential to become a Buddha. And this potential is called Buddha nature. So what is Buddha nature? When all self-centeredness and afflictions disappear, what remains is a pure, wise mind. This mind is of wisdom, is categorized by Buddha nature. Well, we could use an analogy of the white paper. Now, Buddha nature is like a sheet of white paper. This white paper can be dyed with various colors, or it can be written on or drawn upon. But the colors or the drawings are not the paper itself. The paper originally is white, and even though it may be covered with various colors, the underlying paper remains white. The colors merely obscure the original whiteness of the paper, as we know. If we use a chemical bleaching process, all the colors can be removed, and the paper returned to its original pure white state. The white paper represents self-nature. So all beings have this basic nature. But since beginningless time, we have been afflicted with various troubles that cover and obscure our self-nature or Buddha nature. As a result, we see only afflictions and not our self-nature. We see only various colors or impurities and not our pure self-nature or Buddha nature. So through the practice of cultivation or adopting the right view, we gradually reduce and eliminate the ignorance and impurities that have accumulated in our hearts or minds over countless eons. Eventually, our Buddha nature or our true nature will manifest, which we call enlightenment or becoming a Buddha. So talking about establishing all Buddhas to self-natures means that self-nature, which is free from afflictions and is the pure Buddha nature, is the foundation of performing all Buddhist activities. These activities are what we call Buddha's affairs, which include broadly saving sentient beings and benefiting others. These Buddha affairs help people gain the benefits of the Dharma, find liberation from afflictions, and achieve peace amidst calamities. All these are functions established from a self-nature that is selfless, without ego, and free from afflictions. See, here is important to know. All of these are functions established from a self-nature that is selfless, without ego, and free from affliction. So when we talk about being selfless and egoless, we are talking about emptiness. Being selfish means doing things for oneself. Ego referring to everything that belongs to me. My wealth, my reputation, my achievements. Having such thoughts means having an ego and selfishness. When one is selfless and egoless, one embraces emptiness. Emptiness means that we do not take credit for any good deeds we do. And this is the true merit. So we use an example coming from our teacher, Shifu. Say there's a reporter from the China Times Evening News came to interview Shifu. He asked, "Master, after decades of hard work and effort, you have achieved such great success. Can you tell me the secret to your success?" So Shifu replied, "I have not succeeded at anything, nor have I struggled. I can't think of any place where I have succeeded. So let me ask you, where do you think I have succeeded?" So the reporter replied, "Well, you have this DDM monastery. It's so large, so big now." And Shifu replied, "The DDM monastery will be torn down in a few years." Then the reporter said, "But now hundreds of people attend the Dharma assembly and listen to the teaching at your monastery." And Shifu said, "They are the ones who come. I didn't ask them to come. And when they leave, well, they had a chanting assembly with hundreds of people here. They were chanting, but not me. When the chanting was over, they all left. They didn't leave anything behind for me. So what success do I have? I have not succeeded at anything, and it has nothing to do with me." So the reporter thought for a while and said, "Master, you must be liberated. must be liberated. And Sigong replied, I never thought about liberation. They kept following me. So how can I be liberated? You wanted to interview me and I insist on meeting and okay, you wanted to interview me and insisting on meeting me, even though I told you I didn't have time. Do you think I am liberated? I can't even rest from morning to night. So how can I be liberated? I haven't achieved liberation, nor have I succeeded at anything. It's quite embarrassing. And the reporter thought for a while and said, our way of thinking is different from yours. And again, Sigong said, why is it different? Could it be that you have a mental illness? I'm quite normal and I don't have a mental illness. I just don't feel like I have achieved anything or succeeded at anything. Nor do I go around telling people how free and liberated I am. I don't have these feelings. I'm an ordinary person, and my thoughts are simply following the principle taught in the Buddhist scriptures. Well, for example, now we talk about in the Platform Sutra, it says that although we must establish all Dharma, they are developed, they are established through self-nature. What is self-nature? Self-nature is emptiness. It is the nature of no self. Since there is no self, everything is empty. Whatever is established has no relation to me, referring to Sigong. It is not connected to my individual self. If it is related, it is only because I am physically present and active. Nothing else is connected. Only in this way can we avoid having too many afflictions after completing a task. The reporter asked again, and Sigong told him, if you have the concept of success and failure, both are afflictions. Success is an affliction, and failure is an affliction. Then the reporter asked again, we understand that failure is an affliction, but success is something to enjoy and be happy about. How can success be an affliction? What do you mean by that? Then Sigong said, you think success is success and feel proud of it. Also consider yourself successful and accomplished. This gives rise to arrogance, and you become attached to your achievements, which itself is an affliction and lack of freedom. Everyone knows that failure is painful and success seems like enjoyment and happiness. However, if a person feels a strong sense of achievement, that person has a strong ego, which inevitably leads to affliction, not happiness. Okay, so I'll stop here for today.
Thank you, Shifu. Now the time shows in Indonesia is 9:48. Do you want to proceed for breakout room, Shifu, or
Yes,
Q&A?
just
Breakout.
just breakout room.
Okay. Si Xiaozhen, tolong dibantu breakout room-nya. Thank you. Jadi, so friends, we will be break up into groups. So we will be discussing today topic about change, Shifu.
Hmm?
Today's topic is about a person that can change. Can I say
Yes,
that?
yes.
Selamat bergabung kembali. Welcome back. Let me find Koyen Sefu dulu. Mana Koyen Sefunya ya? Oh, ini dia. Udah di depan. Koyen Sefu, now is 10. Let's see whether have some questions on the floor. Ada yang ada
Sufu
pertanyaan?
muted ya tuh katanya.
Okay, I'm okay now.
Oh, okay.
I was forced not to talk before.
Ada pertanyaan? Have anyone have questions? Please unmute yourself.
Okay.
If there's no question, let's proceed for transfer merit. Sefu,
Okay.
dibantu si Xiaochen.
Please join our palms. We pray for the flourishing of Buddha Dharma, for peace in the world, for the joy and contentment of all people, for the freedom and ease of body and mind. May sentient being depart from suffering. May the vows of our donors be fulfilled. 回向佛法兴隆，世界和平，人民安乐，身心自在，众生离苦，施主免税。Bow. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sefu. Let's join our palm together and bow to Sefu. Thank you, Sefu, for the Dharma teaching today.
Thank you,
Thank
Sufu.
you.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Please take care, Sefu.
Terima kasih, Dewi, Chen,
Terima
Xiaochen.
kasih. Terima kasih semuanya telah hadir malam ini.
Cecil.
Thank you. Until next time.
Take care, Sefu.
Thanks, Sufu.
Omitofo.
Oh, Dedi.
For
Terima kasih Kak Agustin
Terima
ini
kasih ya
dan
semuanya.
kawan-kawan yang
Ayo,
lain.
tur.
Xiaochen,
Yo, oke.
Ko Daddy.
Ya, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Night.
Bye.